Hi, I'm Audrey from the Rediscovery Centre in Ballymun, and I'm going to create this jewellery scarf which has been created from fabrics that have been donated to the centre. So instead of going to landfill, we use the products here ourselves. So what you will need to make this jewellery scarf is a piece of fabric. You may have a quilt cover at home, you could have a pillowcase or some leftover fabric you have from making a dress or something like that. So you have your fabric, you have a sharp fabric scissors, you have a pin, then also some threads, and I have picked out the colours from this piece of material. So I picked out 3 colours because I'm going to cut out 3 strips. So I picked out orange to match the orange in this, yellow because there's a kind of a goldy yellow in it, and pink. So you can see here I have a really long piece of fabric. It doesn't need to be that long, but I particularly like a long scarf, and it can be wrapped around as many times as you like. So to make your life easier, if you don't have a long table at home like we have here, and as a matter of fact this was a hospital bed that has been turned into a sewing table for us here. So what I'm going to do is, and you can do this at home if you have a smaller table, is to fold your piece of fabric in as small a piece as you want. So I'm going to just fold it about 3 times there, and just keep it as smooth as you can, and try to keep the edges. Now sometimes the edges aren't perfect, but that doesn't matter either. 3 pieces of fabric, they don't have to be the same length or the same width, anything like that. You don't have to do any measurements. That's what makes it really, really easy to do. So what I'm going to do now is cut out the strips. So I'm going to cut around that thickness. So make sure you have a really sharp scissors. And as I said, you can cut as many of these as you want, and actually you can use different colour materials. You could decide, I have a plain pink material at home that I might like to use with that as well. So you can wear this, it's so versatile, you can use it in so many ways, and I think it's a lovely gift, particularly now coming up towards Christmas. There we go, we have the 3 pieces cut. The next part that we do is, so you put the fabric facing, face on face, let's say. All the way to the end. So I'm just showing you that because when I take this to the sewing machine, I don't bother pinning it, but if you need to pin it, you can pin it. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the machine. It's a little bit noisy. Any sewing machine you have at home is fine, or as I said, you can use a needle and thread. So I'm going to turn on the machine, put the 2 facing pieces together in half like that. As you can see, start from there. Okay. Just make sure that they're both been sewed together, because sometimes, because this is shiny material, they can move. They don't have to be straight at all. As you can see, this isn't even cut very straight. Okay. Keep checking every now and then that you are sewing the 2 of them together. And if you don't actually have, you know, long pieces like this, one long piece, you can join pieces together as well. Do a reverse stitch, and that's it. I'm going to turn the machine off now. There we go. Okay, next we need the pin. So we are going to put the pin into the top end on one side of the fabric like that, secure it, and then basically push it on the inside like that. So you're left with the pin on the inside like that. So now what we have to do is bring the material all up to one end, which you'll see. This can be a little bit tricky now on the other end, but you'll see it works perfectly. The pin, there's the pin. So what we're doing is pulling it from the inside out, really. So it can be a little bit tricky, but just persist and it'll be, so that's what you're left with. Finished piece, and you might think, oh, that's not really anything yet, but it is going to turn out really beautifully. Wait till you see. So this is what we have right now, which is a piece of fabric which has been sewn along that side like that. So what we need to do now is use the threads, end up like this at the end. It gives it a beautiful finish, as you can see. So as I said before, the colours I have chosen are pink, orange and yellow. Now I'm only doing one, but if I was doing the three, like there's three actually here, I could pick, use the three coloured threads. So, or you can decide to use one colour thread this side and another colour that side. It's such a versatile piece. I just love it. So I'm going to use pink initially, okay? So we have all of these donated threads as well, but any thread you have at home, you can use. You actually don't have to use thread. You can use kind of cord. You can use any kind of thing that can tie around this piece of fabric. So we kind of secure the fabric at the end like that, as you can see. Pull the thread quite long and start wrapping it around just to secure it initially, because you do want to tie a knot in it. So I'm going to tie a knot. There it is. So we tie a knot, these two pieces together. Okay, so that's tied in a knot. So now we're just going to wind the thread around as much as we can, as much or as little as you can, really. You can go up as high as you want, or you can use less, or you can use multicolours on this as well. Like, don't worry if they're not straight because you can trim those when the whole piece is finished. Okay, very simple but very effective, and I think very elegant finish to this piece. I hope you agree. As you can see. So then as you're rewinding, go back up to where the other thread is so you can tie a knot between the two of them. It's hard for you probably to see me securing that there, and I can just cut off the end as short or as long as you want. So now for the other end, I might as well just try another colour. Maybe I'll just go with the orange, this one. So we're doing the exact same thing here. Tie the knot in, there we go. Okay, just secure it basically. It doesn't have to be the same length as the other, but if you want it uniform, you can measure. Now we're just going to do the exact same as we did the other end. So wind it around as much as you can. You can get a much thicker thread in this. Actually, embroidery thread is quite good. Embroidery thread, of course, is thicker. Actually, if you watch Monty Don on telly, maybe I shouldn't mention him, but he wears these kind of neck pieces all of the time. The orange this end and pink the other end. Keep winding it around. So we tie that in a knot, we secure it. So you can cut it the same as that, so you can put the two of them together, and I just cut it like that and then cut off the excess thread. You can see the way it is finished like that. It's really quite pretty. So I'll show you here what I've created here. So these are the individual pieces. So you can really do whatever you want with them. Here are three pieces I prepared earlier, and as you can see, I've secured them with orange, pink and yellow. Same this side, orange, pink and yellow. And so I'm just going to show you different ways that you can dress yourself, or this mannequin as it is today. So I have the pink one on first. So just put them on first. You can have one side long, one side shorter. I just want to show you how versatile it is, because you can really do whatever you want. This is the yellow one. Start to weave it in and out, and maybe put that one over this way. You can actually even tie them if you want, to make a bit of an interest that way. And from the initial shot, I'm doing this different again, so that'll just show you how many different ways you can do it. Like that. There you go, there's your jewellery piece, versatile. You can wear it whatever way you want, and you can give it as a gift at Christmas for anybody who wants it. But I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe come and see us in the Rediscovery Centre sometime. Thanks a lot, bye.